I hope you guys had a great start to 2024. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Clouds and I like to democratize information around careers, university, personal finance, and more. So subscribe and like this video if you like this kind of content. With the fresh start of a new year, I really wanted to make a video on careers and how you can make 2024 the best year of your career so far. And as someone who's a massive advocate for learning and knowledge and education, one of my biggest tips is to always focus on upskilling yourself. So today, let's talk about 5 ways to upskill yourself and really own your career this year. Alright, first way to upskill yourself is to consider taking up a new learning course. So many people feel stuck in their careers because they're not sure whether or not they're doing the right job. So the first thing you should be asking yourself is whether or not you're truly happy and thriving in the current role that you have. And if that's not the case, then you should definitely consider looking into different online courses to explore what's out there. There's so many different technical roles coming up every single day, so many jobs that exist right now that didn't exist 15 years ago. And by leaning into learning courses, you're able to keep up with these new skills and truly discover something that is perhaps way better for you. If you do decide that you want to pivot or at least explore what kind of opportunities are out there for you, there are so many online courses and programs to help you not only find the job that you want, but also gain the skills to do so. And this perfectly leads me to Career Foundry, who is also the sponsor of today's video. Career Foundry is an online learning platform which specializes in tech programs and tech courses. So if you're particularly interested in pivoting into the tech industry, then you should definitely look into Career Foundry. Career Foundry have programs and online courses specializing in skills like UX design, UI design, data analytics, product management, and so much more. Even in my personal life, I have a really close friend of mine who actually recently completed the UX design course with Career Foundry, and she has relayed so much positive feedback to myself and others in our group, and it's just been a really brilliant tool for her to pivot her career in a way that she perhaps didn't think she could. Second way you're going to upskill and take ownership of your own career is by expanding your network. And this, I know you're so tired of hearing this, and people always say your network is your net worth, and it's super cringy, but it's actually kind of true. Now, don't get me wrong, I also really disliked networking at some point because it just felt so transactional and surface level and almost disingenuous. However, there is so much value that can be unlocked from building genuine and authentic relationships with people in your career and in your fields, in your industry, and more. Particularly when it comes to upskilling yourself, having a reliable group of people that can support you and that can guide you through the process of learning new skills and finding new careers or even landing that perfect job opportunity is so valuable. I feel like there's this huge myth around networking where people think it's this thing where you go to networking events and give people your business card or your LinkedIn and done, dusted. I think networking is actually a lot more nuanced than that, and I'm saying this as I'm telling it to myself as well, because it's definitely something I personally want to work on in 2024 as well, is building long-lasting, authentic relationships with people in your industry or in your career, or people who are in perhaps positions that you'd love to see yourself in a few years' time. It's more about building relationships and potential friendships rather than just, this person that I can call if I need something. In order for you to actually enjoy networking and be active around it, you have to change your mindset around what it actually means for you and just really eliminate all that, very transactional vision and perception of networking and try to see it more as a way to build relationships and potential friendships with people in your life. It sounds daunting, but I would really just start with sending out a few LinkedIn messages or even people who are friends of friends who you'd love to grab a coffee with and ask to get their number. Again, how would you approach someone who you want to be friends with, right? It's all about baby steps and sending out those first messages, but if you start early this year, by the end of 2024, you'll be so grateful and you'll be so glad that you've been able to expand your network. Sorry guys, something happened with the footage at this point, but the third way to own your own career 2024 is to explore some educational podcasts. Just like so many other people, I really got into listening to podcasts in recent years, especially last year, and I really aim to continue doing so this year, especially if they're educational or productive type of podcasts. The reason why I really enjoyed this tip and why it's on my priority list for 2024, and also why I included it in this video that I'm suggesting to you guys, is because listening to podcasts does not require you to carve out any additional time out of your day. You can listen into podcasts essentially whenever you're doing anything else, whether you're at the gym, washing your dishes, vacuuming your floor, showering, commuting to work, You can essentially just add it on as an additional layer of background noise, and trust me, you'll be learning so much in the background. If there's any specific topic that you're interested in or an area of work that you're even a little bit curious about, podcasts are such a great way to explore this area further. Additionally, most podcasts out there are free, so essentially cost you nothing to learn more about a specific topic or quench a little bit of your curiosity, or even learn more about a theme that might open up some doors for you. Number 4 is attending webinars and online events. Online courses and webinars can be such a cost-effective way of exploring different topics without having to fully commit yourself to a full-length program or a course, for example. These webinars are also super easy to sign up to because you don't have to travel. You can just attend them from the comfort of your own home. It's like essentially listening to a podcast, but actually being able to network with people in this process as well. It's also a much more productive use of your time to be able to listen in to SMEs talk about these specific topics and really upskill yourself and expand your knowledge in things that will be beneficial for you in your career. And it's ways that you can replace things like doom scrolling or watching Netflix all the time, especially when you don't have anything to watch and you're just like watching something for the sake of watching. I am super guilty of this. I find myself with nothing to watch on Netflix, so I just keep on rewatching the same exact sitcoms again and again and again. And that time could definitely be better used had I like signed up for a learning course or signed up for a webinar. And definitely better than just doom scrolling on my phone for hours and hours upon end. If you don't know where to start looking for webinars and these events, definitely look into Career Foundry because they have tons of different webinars and one-off learning courses that you can just sign up to and listen into, and many other events that you can participate in, so it's definitely worth taking a look at Career Foundry. All right, last but not least, number 5 is getting your hands dirty. The best way to fully take ownership of your own career is to just get into it. I feel like a lot of us are guilty of analysis paralysis, which is when you're in a situation where you have so much information, so much choice, so many decisions to make, and you end up just falling into this deep black hole of doing a lot of analysis on the topic and trying to figure out what you need to learn first, or what's the best way to do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and you keep on like reading up on more articles and writing notes on certain things, and then you never really start. As a consultant, I can really vouch and say that most of your learning will come from on the job. I did a full business bachelor's and then a master's in management, and still, even with all that theoretical learning, most of my learning that I have right now as a consultant came from on-the-job learning. And this applies to every part of life. You just really have to get your hands dirty in order to fully actually learn how things work and what works for you and what doesn't and what you want to do and like how to improve certain things. You just have to give it a try. If you're really curious about design, then install Figma and give it a go. If you want to become a video editor, then film a few clips here and there, ask your friends to be your models and take a few videos of them. If you want to become a software engineer, then start taking up some coding lessons and start seeing how it goes and start seeing if you actually enjoy coding. If you want to become a content creator, then pick up a camera or a phone, start filming and just upload. Don't get stuck on this decision-making loophole where you feel like you need to take the perfect first step and then you never end up really starting. Just give things a go. So much of it is about hands-on practical learning, and that's really where you're gonna grow. So that's really what you want to tap into. In order to learn and get better, you will need to practice, and trust me, trial and error is just the best way to grow. So those are 5 ways to upskill and finally take ownership of your own career in 2024. A big thank you to Career Foundry for very kindly sponsoring this video. Definitely check them out if you're interested in tech courses and programs, and also webinars, online events, and others. As always, if you guys have any questions or video suggestions, please leave them in the comments down below, and if you really enjoyed this video, please give it a big like. To an amazing 2024, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.